The New York Islanders have finally returned home and opened their brand new arena, the UBS Arena at Belmont. An exciting time for Islanders fans. We have that story and a whole lot more coming up on this episode of the Locked On NHL podcast.
You're Locked On NHL, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, Gil Martin here. I am the host of the Monday edition of the Locked On NHL podcast. So glad you could join us, and thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Usually I have 3 local hosts as guests on the show on Monday, but today I'm going to be one of the guests because the New York Islanders, probably one of the bigger stories of the weekend, they finally have the first game at their new home, the UBS Arena at Belmont, and an exciting time for Islanders fans. And even though they dropped both games this weekend, lost to Calgary on Saturday, lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs on Sunday 3-0, and didn't play their best hockey, the fact of the matter is that having this arena and finally coming back to a new home is huge for the New York Islanders franchise. And, starting the season on a 13-game road trip is not easy, and it definitely took a toll on this Islanders team. But I think more importantly for Islanders fans and for the stability of the franchise, Saturday, the opening of the new arena, really means that the Islanders are going to be in the New York area to stay. And, the Nassau Coliseum had been outdated probably since the mid-90s and probably should have been replaced before the year 2000. Well, that's 21 years ago. And there was so much uncertainty. There were elections about, bonds to renovate the arena or build a new arena, and that failed. And there was a proposal for what the former owner, Charles Wang, called the Lighthouse. And that never got off the ground because of local politics, unfortunately. And then the Islanders moved from the Nassau Coliseum to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Barclays Center, beautiful arena, but not really meant for hockey. And it wasn't convenient for most of the fans from Long Island to get to, whether it was because of rush hour traffic or having to change trains on the commuter rail, the Long Island Railroad, to get there. It was not an easy situation for fans. And then, of course, you had the fact that there were obstructed view seats. You couldn't see both goals from one side of the arena. The scoreboard wasn't in the middle of the ice. The ice making equipment wasn't great, and they had the wrong kind of pipes. There was a lot of issues with playing at Barclays Center. But now the Islanders, after a brief interim return back to the Coliseum, now they have their permanent home where they are the primary tenant, that it's convenient for fans to get to, both from Long Island, and if you're commuting from Manhattan, you can easily take the train to get to this arena in a relatively short amount of time. There's enough parking there, and it's convenient for travel. It's also a state-of-the-art facility with all the amenities, and people could tell, even after just the first game, that this arena is loud, just like the Nassau Coliseum was. The same way Islander fans were rocking the old barn, they were rocking the UBS Arena, and that was a beautiful thing. And I'll say this, ownership did it right. They brought in all the alumni that they, could get. Bob Nystrom and John Tonelli were there. Clark Gillies was there. Dennis Potvin was there. All the great old dynasty Islanders from the 70s and 80s, many of them in attendance to help usher in the new arena. And the fans were very, very enthused about what they saw. And overall, just a great experience. And Now all the doubts about the future of this franchise, all the questions about, you know, can this team compete? Could they sign free agents playing in such an old building? Could they economically keep up because the Nassau Coliseum didn't have enough luxury boxes and didn't have enough seats even, after the renovation? All of those things are put to rest. And now the only thing Islander fans have to worry about is, will this team be good enough on the ice? The building is loud. The building is beautiful. The building is convenient to get to. And ownership just did a great job overall of getting this done. Got to thank John Ledecky, the present principal owner, sort of the face of ownership, who has been a man of the people and has really helped sell this building and sell this organization to the fans. Got to thank Charles Wang, because without him, this team probably would be playing in Quebec or Kansas City or Seattle or somewhere else for that matter. He was determined to make sure Long Island and the tradition of the Islanders continued to live on. And the fans were great at the first two games, making a lot of noise, enjoying all the great sight lines, making, their presence felt. And just overall, it was a fantastic experience for Islander fans to have this new building. So even though the Islanders fell short both games, 5-2 on Saturday, 3-0 on Sunday, on the ice right now, this team dealing with, they missed 6 players because of COVID. A couple of more players had to leave Sunday's game early, so probably not done with all the COVID cases right now. But overall, history was made. This franchise is now stable. Its future is assured, and the New York Islanders are right where they want to be, ready to be in this arena for the next 20 plus years and to give their fans finally a first-class experience. For so many years, you would hear Islander fans say something like, yeah, the old barn may not be the nicest arena, but it's our home. Well, now our home for Islander fans can be a state-of-the-art, world-class arena that still has great sight lines, still makes the crowd felt because of the low ceiling, and really is a place that will attract free agents, attract talent, and just give this franchise a chance to compete both on and off the ice. So great news right there for the New York Islanders, and hopefully they can turn things around and start to find ways to win some hockey games to go along with all of this. This episode is brought to you by DirecTV Stream. Does this sound familiar? You've got one device that lets you catch the game live, another that lets you stream your favorite shows. You're watching sports highlights on your phone, and you've got your neighbor's best friends log in for the good stuff. Well, I want to tell you about a simple way to get all that entertainment you love without the hassle, and a great way to finally get your TV together. It's called DirecTV Stream, and it brings your live TV and on-demand favorites together like never before, so you can watch your favorite sports, movies, and shows all in one place. That means no more juggling remotes and no need to buy another device ever again. And the best part, there's no annual contract. So get rid of the clutter and the confusion and get your TV together with DirecTV Stream. You can learn more at directtv.com. That's directtv.com. Compatible device required. Content varies by package.